In this video, I will be talking about this Bitcoin bear flag that currently is getting created here on the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin, but more importantly, today is the day where we will be getting the US inflation reports, and this report will be having massive effects on the market. So I will be exactly talk about what I am currently expecting to be happening with the US inflation reports today. I will be talking about the core inflation that will determine whether the market is going to be looking bullish or bearish today. I will be exactly go over the inflation forecast, and I will be discussing the most important charts in crypto right now. So don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Today is definitely going to be the most important day of the month, so don't forget to slap up that like button, and let's jump straight away in towards the content. And once looking at Bitcoin on that imminent short term, we can currently start to see that Bitcoin is starting to create somewhat of a bear flag after creating this significant lag towards the downside. You can see that over the past, let me say this correctly, 2 days and 14 hours, we have been seeing Bitcoin going sideways a little bit here after falling down from off that $20,000. Right now, we're starting to see a small little uptrend getting created here on the 1 hour time frame. However, this is of course clearly and exactly the formation of a bear flag here on the Bitcoin price action. In case this bear flag is deciding to be breaking down here, we will be looking for a target somewhere around, let me say this correctly, the 18.5k. So this is definitely a very bearish pattern that currently is playing out. However, I am still looking towards these other patterns I've been talking about for quite a while right now, like the symmetrical triangle you can see right here, that already of course broke bearish, and what currently has got a price target somewhere around the $17,000 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is not looking all too strong today. However, I will be basing my opinion whether we either will be seeing a bump from off this point or a significant dump on the exact reports we will be getting today from the US inflation data that will be getting released in approximately 5 hours from now on. So first of all, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because later today, once these reports come out, I will be live streaming here on the channel to exactly go over the data live and to exactly talk about whether we are going to see that pump or dump, and we will also even try to open a potential position on it. So what we will be looking at is of course the inflation reports. If it is going to come in lower than expected, so below the 8.2% inflation in the US, we will probably see a pump across all markets. But more importantly, I think it's going to be important to look at the core inflation. The core inflation is the most important part to look at, because if the core inflation keeps on rising, probably the Federal Reserve will even become more hawkish. It means that the Federal Reserve will be even hiking the rates more aggressively, what will of course in the end of the day lead towards more bearish markets. And currently the forecast for the core inflation is that it is going to be rising with 0.2%. However, if it is going to come in lower than expected, so lower than a 0.2% rise, I am very sure we will be seeing a significant pump on the market. However, right now, 6.5% core inflation is already priced in, but if it's going to be higher than the 6.5, we will be most certainly see a very big dump. So I will be exactly anticipate about what the reports are going to be as soon as they come out, and that will determine an opportunity for me to either open a long or a short position. Right now, we're seeing all kinds of pattern playing out, but if we're going to see the core inflation coming in way lower than expected, I am very sure we will be seeing a big pump. So make sure to keep all your eyes and all your attention right now towards the US inflation reports. Also, what is important to look at right now, in my opinion still, is of course the symmetrical triangle, the daily time frame. On the daily time frame right now, we are officially confirming the breakdown, and the price target is laying around at $17,000. However, just like I told you, I think that we should be mainly focused on what the inflation reports are going to tell us today, because those are going to either tell us that we have to be opening a long or a short position. Because if the reports are just going to come in lower than expected, I mean, yeah, we can break down, but then we will be inevitably have a significant pump. And talking about trading right now, guys, I've got a crazy offer, because if you do want to be trading on BitGet, because if you want to be claiming some insane deposit bonuses, you should definitely trade on BitGet. First of all, BitGet is the #2 biggest exchange in the world, and together with that, BitGet allows you to trade in the US without any KYC, so make sure to check it out. And also, if you deposit $4,000, you will straight away get a free $2,000 rewarded. That is even withdrawable, so make sure to check that out. And if you deposit $4,000 and reach reach a future trading volume of around 1 million in 3 days, you will even get 400 USD Tether in bonus. So this is definitely an insane deposit bonus that currently is available for you guys out there on the channel. So make sure to check out BitGet right now. You're also allowed to withdraw over 30 Bitcoins on a daily basis without KYC. So this is definitely a very good exchange that you need to check out right now if you are interested in trading. Furthermore, talking about Bitcoin on the daily time frame, yesterday I talked about it as well, but right now we're confirming it. You can see the daily MACD is currently confirming the bearish crossover, what means that we are maybe in problems, because historically speaking, if I'm going to be pointing out every single time this has been happening, basically the last 3 times or even 4 times this has been happening, every single time this has been happening, like you can see, it happened over here in the midpoint of August. It also happened right here at the midpoint of September, and currently it's also happening at the midpoint of October. Every single time it has been happening, and it also happened over here. We basically seen a significant drop towards the downside, and we are having a bearish crossover right now. So I want to be pointing this out here. Currently, the MACD is crossing bearish, and this could be a huge signal that Bitcoin potentially is going to be continuing the downtrend it is currently already trading in. So this is definitely a thing to pay attention towards right now. Furthermore, looking at the RSI trend on the Bitcoin price action right now, we can see, and I've been talking about this, every single time we break below the RSI uptrend on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, we tend to see a significant market drop towards the downside. And once again, it is happening all over again. We're seeing the RSI trend getting broken, and historically speaking, the last 3 times this happened, Bitcoin at least dropped with an approximately 20 to 40% towards the downside. So will history once again repeat? We just have to wait and see. But definitely, once again, another warning shot fired. Then the last thing I want to be talking about is, of course, the huge pattern Bitcoin is currently creating on the larger time frame. I feel very bullish on Bitcoin. However, maybe today we could be in for another big drop. We could be in for another big pump. However, my point I want to be trying to make here right now is that on the longer term, I don't feel bearish on Bitcoin. We are creating a huge falling wedge on the weekly time frame. Together with that, we're also forming a weekly bullish divergence, not only on the RSI, but also on the MACD. So make sure to keep your attention on the bigger time frames right now, because the lower time frames could be, of course, fooling around with you a little bit here. And my strategy remains to be the same, and that is, of course, dollar cost averaging in towards the market every single day. And I know for sure that in a few years from now on, I will regret if I did not bought any Bitcoin below 20Ks. Anyways, this was it for me on today's update video. If you want to learn how to make passive income in crypto, check out the videos popping up above right now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.